95 years ago, there stood the Big Walnut Country Club, where people would gather for athletics, activities, music events, and social engagements. Yet this was one of the first black country clubs in America, and it created an opportunity for people during the times of injustice and segregation.
Really prestigious to come and be here. And then you felt safe. It was a good place for young people. The idea that young people could be exposed to sports that they couldn't afford or weren't welcome. During that time, so many African Americans couldn't do that. So this was an important part of history. I'm proud of my grandfather and all the other founders.
With the 8 founders, including Nimrod Booker Allen, Dr. William Woodland, and Dr. Elijah Calloway, the organization of the Big Walnut Country Club wouldn't have been successful. Although, at the peak of the civil rights movement, everything changed.
Big Walnut Country Club was founded at a time when African Americans were experiencing a renaissance in art and in culture. It represented the growing political and economic self-determination of Black America during the Roaring '20s.
The founding members had passed away, and so you don't know what the circumstances were for the new members or the new officers. They sold it in '66.
The country club slowly vanished and was hidden from Gahanna's history, but recognizing the achievements made from the country club never stopped, and that's when groups from Central Ohio came together to create Gahanna's first historical marker, and that was unveiled this fall.
This marker is the first step. Today we celebrate the club. We celebrate what it stood for. We celebrate who it stood for.
I'm so glad to know the full history of the location and the place, how important it was to the Black community at a time in our country's history where Black members of our community were being discriminated.
We appreciate Gahanna for embracing diversity in your community.
Friendship Park is the oldest and most beloved park in the city. There are tens of thousands of people who come here every year. And they come here and they don't know what was here before. Well, what this marker does today is now they will.
The historical marker's significance is greater than being a sign of history, but instead it tells the story of Black Americans who prospered in Gahanna where they had a safe space. Friendship Park is more than a symbol of unity, but instead it remarks the beauty of the Big Walnut Country Club. This is Ray Tedoco for Lincoln Live.
Still stand for future generations as a record of and a monument to previous achievements.